Homestuck. A young man stands in his bedroom. It just so happens that today, the 13th of April, 2009, is this young man's birthday. Though it was 13 years ago he was given life, it is only today that he will be given a name. What will the name of this young man be? Enter name. Zood smell poop land. Try again, smartass. Zoo smell poop lord. Try again. John Egbert. Examine room. Your name is John. As was previously mentioned, it is your birthday. A number of cakes are scattered about your room. You have a variety of interests. You have a passion for really terrible movies. You like to program computers, but you are not very good at it. You have a fondness for paranormal lore, and you are an aspiring amateur magician. You also like to play games sometimes. What will you do? John, quickly retrieve arms from drawer. John, your arms are in your magic chest, poop lord. Remove cake from magic chest. Out of sympathy for John's perceived lack of arms, you pick up the cake for him and put it on his bed. John, quickly retrieve arms from magic chest. You retrieve your fake arms from the chest. You use these for hilarious antics. You capture log them in your Siladex. You have no idea what that actually means, though. I'm just going to redo that whole thing. You retrieve your fake arms from the chest. You use these for hilarious antics. You capture log them in your Siladex. You have no idea what that actually means, though. There are other items in the chest. There are other items in the chest. John, examine contents of chest. In here you keep an array of humorous and mystical artifacts, each one a devastating weapon in the hands of a skilled magician or a cunning prankster. You are neither of these things. Among the artifacts are 2 fake arms currently capture logged in your Siladex, 1 pair of trick handcuffs, 1 stunt sword, 1 magician's hat, 1 pair of beagle puss glasses. In here you keep an array of humorous and mystical artifacts, each one a devastating weapon in the hands of a skilled magician or a cunning prankster. You are neither of these things. Among the artifacts are 2 fake arms currently capture logged in your Siladex, 1 pair of trick handcuffs, 1 stunt sword, 1 magician's hat, 1 pair of beagle puss glasses, several smoke pellets, several blood capsules, and 1 copy of Colonel Sassacre's daunting text of magical frivolity and practical japery, and 1 copy of Hardy Anderson's Wise Guy by Mike Cabernet. Some of this stuff may just come in handy at some point. For now, you decide to just take the smoke pellets. John, capture log the smoke pellets. You stow the smoke pellets on one of your capture log cards in your Siladex. You still aren't totally sure what that means, but you are starting to get the hang of the vernacular at least. You have 2 empty capture log cards remaining. John, equip the fake arms. You aren't totally sure if equip is a verb, cobsicate, which the abstract behavioral medium in which you dwell, but you give it a try anyway. Unfortunately, you cannot assess the fake arms. Their cards... Unfortunately, you cannot access the fake arms. Their card is underneath the one you just used to capture the smoke pellets. You will have to use the pellets first in order to access the arms, but this is probably inadvisable since you just make your room lousy with smoke. Your Silodex's fetch modus is currently dictated by the logic of the stack data structure. You were never all that great with the data structures, and you find the concept puzzling and mildly irritating. But with any hope, perhaps you will advance new, more practical fetch modi for your Silodex with a little more experience. John, examine Problem Sleuth poster. Is it even possible to get any more hard-boiled than that? You really doubt it. This poster was one of your wisest purchases. There is a nice spot on the wall next to it. You've been meaning to hang another poster there soon. That'll end up picking up. John, read note on drawer. Happy birthday, son. I'm so proud of you. This note is rich with the aromas of fatherly aftershaves and colognes. Beside the note is a rolled-up poster. John, take poster. Another birthday artifact. You wonder what is printed on the poster. You'll need some way to hang it on your wall. John, acquire hammer and nails. They may come in handy. You first place the hammer into your Silodex, but now all your capture log cards are full. You wonder what will happen if you try to take the nails. You guess it doesn't hurt to try. John, take nails. You capture log 4 nails into the top card and push all the artifacts down a card. The fake arms are pushed entirely out of the deck. Oh well, they are probably completely useless anyways. But you probably don't want to do that again unless you want to drop the smoke pellets and suffer the consequences. In any case, you now feel like you have gathered enough things to get down to business and do some really important stuff. The next thing you do will probably be exceptionally meaningful. John, squawk like an imbecile and shit on your desk. This is the dumbest idea you've had in weeks. Stupid, stupid, stupid. And yet the polished surface of your desk, it beckons. John, combine the nails and hammer. You merge the top 2 cards. The hammer and nails are now capture logged in the same card and can be used together. John, use hammer nails on poster. You use the hammer nail and card in conjunction with the card beneath it. John, nail poster to wall. You use the hammer, nails, and poster on the blank space on the wall. It's glorious. Exactly what you wanted. The old man really came through this time. John, examine Con Air poster. Put the bunny back in the box. I said, put the bunny back in the box. Why couldn't you put the bunny back in the box? John, examine Deep Impact poster. Morgan Freeman's genteel, homespun mannerisms were perfect qualities for a president residing over a crisis. Oceans rise, cities fall, hope survives. Wow. Films about impending apocalypse fascinate you. Plus a black president, now you've seen everything. John, examine calendar. You've marked your birthday, the 13th of April. Another day you marked was supposed to be the arrival date of the highly touted Spurb beta launch. It's been 3 days already. It's starting to become a sour subject with you. It just leads to a Homestuck beta. John, eat cake. You're sick to death of cake. You've been eating cake all day, and you have no intention of clogging your Silodex with it either. The cake stays put for now. You hear a notice from your computer. Someone is messaging you. John, examine incoming message. You pull out your computer. This is where you spend most of your time. You decorated your desktop with some rather handsome wallpaper, which you made yourself. You are really proud of it. Your desktop is also littered with various programming project files. You are so bad at programming, sometimes you wonder why you even bother with it. Your Pestratron application is flashing. Someone is trying to get in touch with you. John, open Pestratron. Only one of your chums is logged in. He sent you a message. John, open message. Turntech Godhead began pestering ectobiologist at 1613. Hey, so what sort of insane loot did you rake in today? I got a little Monsters poster. It's so awesome. I'm gonna watch it again today. The apple juice scene was so funny. Oh hell, that is such a coincidence. I just found an unopened container of apple juice in my closet. It's like a fucking Christmas up in here. Okay, that's fine. But I just have one question and then a word of caution. Have you ever seen a movie called Little Monsters starring Howie Mandel and Fred Savage? But the seal on the bottle is unbroken. Are you suggesting someone put piss in my apple juice at the factory? All I'm saying is, don't you think Monster Howie Mandel has the power to do something as simple as reseal a bottle? Try using your brain, numbnuts. Why did the fat kid or whatever drink it know what piss tasted like? I mean, his reaction was nigh instantaneous. It was the 15th day in a row Howie Mandel peed in his juice. Okay, I can accept that. Monster B-list celebrity douchebags are cunning and persistent pranksters. Also, Fred Savage has a really punchable face. But who cares about this? Let's stop talking about it. Did you get the beta yet? No. Did you? Man, I got 2 copies already, but I don't care. I'm not going to play it or anything. This game sounds boring. Did you see how it got slammed in Game Bro? Game Bro is a joke, and we both know it. Yeah. Why don't you go back to your mail? Maybe it's in there. Alright. Sorry. Why don't you go check your mail? Maybe it's in there. Maybe it's there. Why don't you go check your mail? Maybe it's there now. Alright. John, look out window. You see the view of your yard from your window. Hanging from the tree is your tire swing. In a kid's yard, a tree without a tire swing is like a proper gentleman without a monocle. That is to say, he can hardly be considered a terribly proper gentleman at all. And there beside your driveway is the mailbox. John, examine mailbox. The little red swingy-dealy thing or whatever it is flipped up. What the hell is that thing called anyway? You do not have time for these semantics. The semantics. Nah. What the hell is that thing called anyway? You do not have time for these semantics. The red flippy lever thing means you have new mail. And that means the beta might be here. John, go outside and check mailbox. You are about to hurry downstairs when you hear a car pull into the driveway. It looks like your dad has returned from the grocery store. Oh great, he's beating you to the mail. John, forget it. Check mail later. If you go downstairs to get it, he will likely monopolize hours of your time. You decide to chill up here for a while the dust settles. Sometimes you feel like you are trapped in this room, stuck, if you will, in a sense which probably borders on the titicular. In a sense which possibly borders on the titicular. And now your chum is pestering you again. The clockwork of friendship turns ceaselessly. Operating the swing lever dealies of harassment in perpetuality? Whatever. The dude can just hold his damn horses. John, examine games on CD rack. You've put countless man-hours into this assortment of quality titles. John, read Colonel Sassacre's daunting text. You decide to consult with the Colonel's bottomless wisdom. Good grief, this thing is huge. Could kill a cat if you dropped it. But to really dig into this hefty book, you will have to capture log it. You are not sure if you are ready to log jam your other artifacts beneath it just yet. John, capture log fake arms again. What did you just say? You don't want to clog up your... Oh, Jesus. In a momentary lapse of concentration, you accidentally capture log the arms again. John, set Pester Chum status to bully. You don't think the situation is quite dire enough to go all the way to rancorous, but you still feel the Pester Chum client should reflect your mood change in some way. Bully will have to do, you guess. This unsurprisingly does nothing whatsoever. Alright, you forgot your chum is still pestering you. John, answer chum. Is it there? Please say yes. Maybe you can play with TT. She's been pestering me all day about it. She's macking on me so hard all the time I start to feel embarrassed for her. I mean, not that I can blame her or anything. Yeah, it is understandably because you are really attractive. I am attracted to you. Thank you, JK. No, but I don't have it yet. My dad has the mail, and I guess I have to go get it from him and see if it's there. And I've been busy spending all afternoon shitting around with my stupid Silodex. It's so frustrating. What's your modus? What? How do you retrieve artifacts from it? Oh, like one at a time, I guess. And if I put too much in, something falls out. Stack? What? What is yours? Hash map? My bro taught me a few tricks. He basically knows everything, and it's awesome. The hell is that? You should probably brush up on your data structures, I guess. Did you at least allocate your strife specimens? No. Could free up a card for you. Plus let you stack stuff whenever things get too hot to handle, which is never. What have you got? Well, I've got a hammer, but it's trapped under some arms. Why, you really suck at this, don't you? Just get rid of the arms and then allocate the hammer to the specimens. How? No, just use the arms on any old thing and see if it works. John, combine fake arms with cake. You stick the fake arms in the cake on your bed. This definitely makes the cake at least 300% more hilarious. You're sure Colonel Sassacre would know the precise index of elevated hilarity. John, allocate hammer to strife specimens. You check the back of your strife specimens for the kind of stratus you have in mind for it. John, select hammer. Your strife specimens has been allocated with the hammer kind of stratus. The hammer has been moved from your capture deck to your strife deck. John, report progress to TG. Okay, I did it. Hammer kind? Yeah. Okay, that'll be a permanent allocation for your specimens. I guess I should have mentioned that. I hope you like hammers, dude. Yeah, it's fine, I guess. I can't imagine it's going to be all that relevant. John, capture log Colonel's big book. Now that you've got some space in your Silodex to work with, you figure you might as well start squandering it immediately. Ordinarily, this ridiculous book would be way too heavy to carry around in any practical way. You guess maybe this is one respect in which the cards present some convenience. John, examine Game Bro magazine. Game Bro, Spurb, why the game of the year or whatever isn't as good as some other stuff I like that's better. John, read article. So, okay. Spurb is this game that a lot of cats seem hella pumped of. And this beta is sitting on my desk for review, so I'm like, yeah, man, I'll write something. But I don't know. I'm like, so this is about horses or some noise? That's fine. I'm sure that's like fucking dynamite in a handbag for some brosifs. But all I'm saying is, when do you get to thrash anything? While you're playing house or some shit, and are you ever in jeopardy of getting mud on your doll's dress or whatever from busting out? And I quote, the mad stunts all wicked up ends. Know what I'm saying, bro yo ma? I didn't actually play this game, but I gave it 1.5 hats out of 5 to keep it real. At this point, I'd like to give a shout out to my boy Dennis, who was over the other day. We were all gonna chill in front of the Dark Knight, and he was so psyched of it, y'all. So this one time, he was leaning against the screen door, and the shit popped open, and the back deck was wet, and he slipped down the steps, and he broke his thumb on the lawn. It wasn't a long fall, but hey, I guess a thumb bone wasn't made for supporting the brunt of a huge, useless tool against wet grass. We never did watch Dark Knight on account of Ron trucking his ball and candy ass girth to the hospital. But it's cool. I still got another watch in me, Brota Wanda. Bro notes. Dennis was so wasted. I mean, damn. John, Capture Log Game Bro. Might come in handy if you ever need something that burns easily. John, Capture Log Magician's Hat. You expend your final card on the Magician's Hat. John, get funny glasses too. You don't have a free caption, your Silodex. However, you are able to merge the Beagle Puss with the Magician's Hat to create a clever disguise. Oh. So in case you're wondering what a Beagle Puss is, it's this thing. Anyway. John, wear disguise to fool Dad. John? Who is this John you speak of? You are quite certain there has never been, nor will there ever be. Yeah, this is a really shitty disguise. While you are wearing the items, they remain on the card, but it is temporarily removed from the deck, thus freeing up the cards beneath it. John, leave room. You exit into the hallway. On one wall hangs a picture of a fellow who sure knows how to have a laugh. A man after your own heart. You always thought he looked a lot like Michael Cera, but your dad swears on many hallowed tomes of Egypt that it is not. You're not sure what that is about. On the other wall is one of your dad's stupid clowns, or harlequins, as he is quick to correct anyone who would venture such brazen assumptions. John, go downstairs. The accursed odor of fresh baking wafts into your newfound nostrils. Something is brewing in the kitchen. It must be the convenings of your arch nemesis, Betty Crocker, and the rich, buttery aroma of her plot stinks to high heaven. This mission is going to be more difficult than you imagined. I'm clicking all of the links on the off chance that they are something different, but this is just the Betty Crocker wiki. John, admire harlequins. You check out the shelves of fanciful harlequins. Look at this fucking garbage. You hate this stuff. Funny is funny, but your dad sure can be a real cornball. Sometimes at night you pray for burglars. Examine fireplace. A bright orange flame flickers in the fireplace. It doesn't matter that it's April and not terribly chilly outside. In a home, a fireplace needs a fire because that's what a fireplace is for. A fire belongs in the fireplace, damn it. Catapiccia Goracally at the time, without exception. As domestic mirth of uncontrollable origin holds, a home borrows the spirit of the flame for as long as it makes a guest of it, much as the moon takes liberty with the sun's rays. The moon's an errant thief. Her pale fire she snatches from the sun, Mark Twain. You're almost certain Mark Twain said that. John, toss Gamebro into the fire. It doesn't burn as quickly as you hoped. Each Gamebro magazine is guaranteed to be printed on 40% recycled asbestos for big ups to Mother Earth, yo. Fondly regard cremation. You examine this sacred urn containing your departed Nana's ashes. When your father gives her portrait a wistful glance now and then, you can tell it brings back painful memories, a tall bookshelf, a ladder, an unabridged Colonel Sassacres. He never wants to talk about it. Topple urn. You clumsily mishandle the sacred urn. Ashes everywhere. In retrospect, upon mulling cinematic tropes regarding ash-filled urns, this outcome was virtually certainty. You'd probably better clean up before Dad finds it. John, combine Father's pipe with clever disguise. You think now would be a good time to beef up your clever disguise. John, examine oversized gift. Champ, you can do anything if you put your mind to it. I believe in you. Contemplating what could be inside this package is sort of exciting, but makes you a little nervous at the same time. John, open large present. Oh, hell no. John, capture log ashes. First, you prop up the Harlequin doll on the couch, having it in the middle of the floor, sprawled out all akimbo like that struck you as unseemly. You capture log the ashes into your available card. John, combine ashes with urn. You merge the sacred urn with the ashes. Most of the ashes back in the urn, but it's a total mess. Really, it would have probably been tidier if you would just use a broom and dustpan. John, put urn back. No one will be the wiser, except maybe for people with eyes. Go get fake arms again. And you just got another brilliant idea for something to do with this pointless arms. You pry them out of the cake and capture log them. Looks like Pester Chum is acting up again. John, examine third and fourth walls of room. What? John, check Pester Chum. Another one of your chums is messaging you. Check message. Show Pester log. I understand you have recently come into the possession of the beta release of the Game of the Year, as featured in the respectable periodicals such as Gamebro magazine. That's an ugly rumor. Whoever told you that is a filthy liar, and you should probably stop hitting on him all of the time or whatever. I can't control myself. I must have a weakness for insufferable pricks. Anyways, I still haven't checked the mail. My dad has it. I'm trying to get it from him, so BRB. John? What? You're wearing one of your disguises now, aren't you? You are typing to me right now while wearing something ridiculous. No! Why would you even think that? That's so stupid. Okay. Why don't you go get the game from your father? Alright, wish me luck. Oh, by the way, JK, I was wearing a funny disguise this whole time. Gotcha! Hee 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 hee. I know, John. Go back downstairs. You can now execute that brilliant idea you had. There should be just enough frosting on these fake arms to serve as an adequate adhesive. John, attach arms to doll. You don't care what Colonel Sassacre says? That makes it at least a million % funnier. John, inspect burnt paper on the floor. Broblerone. You put this back in the fire where it belongs. Throw present wrap in fire. As long as you're cleaning up. John, capture log doll. You can carry hefty items, but this thing is just way too big. Get real. Besides, you don't even want it. Read Colonel Sassacre's text. The creepy crawlies. Hell's bells, we are having a mighty sporting time of it. Hold fast, my intrepid fellow pranksmiths. We've merely nicked the mahogany of our japing quests. If we may direct the incentive oogle of your beagle puffs to the wiggling regency of rubber bugs, plastic parasites, squirming serpents, pliable pest, and every such order of philia of creepy crawly. Land snakes alive. We are cooking with petrol now. In further exhibits, we shall dwell on the artifacts useful to your exploits. Is your pappy's rod and reel handy? What about a bit of iron cord? It shouldn't prove elusive. Bring those writhing rascals to life and set the nerves of some old maid to the rake of Hesperus. Do you have a bothersome aunt who never seems troubled to find ways with your sunny afternoons? A broad, splintery fence, a bucket of whitewash, perhaps? By gum, you'll fix her wagon. And what of the tawny gent who puts his lackadaisical lean near the sassafirical font? You'll have that listless octoroon find the spring in his step just yet. You thought about consulting the text to determine exactly how hilarious the doll is now, but this text is way too big to navigate in a timely fashion. You decide to forget it.